her boyfriend keeps liking one of her friend's Instagram stories, and one of them is her frenemy. Does she need to draw a line with him? Hey, Claudia, thanks so much for reaching out to the Bert Show. So, first and foremost, let's get a little history of you and your boyfriend.
Yeah, so I just like need help deciding if I should be mad at him or not.
Ooh, I like that.
We've been dating for a couple of years, and like ever since I met him, he's completely inept at social media. Like he's just one of those people that like you look up his profile and you're like, there is nothing here. He has Instagram. He's got one photo. It's from 2019. It's literally of him and his grandmother. So like when we matched on Hinge, his profile was like a disaster. And like, I know that sounds bad, but I kind of took it as like a green flag because I would prefer that my guy be off the internet like as much as possible.
Totally agree. It's a huge turn on.
I think so too, because of the amount of temptation that's there on social media, and social media is now attributed to so many relationships failing.
That definitely goes both ways.
Right. So here's the problem though. My friend, who I will call Karen, who like honestly is more of a frenemy than a friend, out of the blue sent me this like super ominous text, and it said, "Hey Claudia, I'm sorry for messaging you like this so out of the blue, but your boyfriend has been interacting with me on Instagram in a manner that I think you should be aware of. He's like constantly liking my stories and often sending me replies. And at first I thought he was just being friendly, but it's gotten to the point that I believe he's trying to flirt with me. And I just thought you should know."
So again,
that was her message.
So again, this is not like a close friend. You consider her a frenemy. So there could be ulterior motives to this message.
Oh, what's the tea on her? Why is she a frenemy?
I just, it's one of these like friends I've had since I was a child. And it's always been sort of toxic. And now it's like, I'm realizing how toxic it's been. One of those situations.
Man, in hindsight, a bitch.
Yeah.
So do you think that it's possible that maybe she's exaggerating this, or have you seen it yourself?
I hadn't seen it because I asked for proof and screenshots, and she refused to send them to me. And she was like, "No, I just don't want to be involved anymore." Like, and left me with this like ominous warning that I need to consider who I'm dating.
And Claudia, she may be one of those types of people who loves making things about her when they're not really about her. So because you just explained, like your boyfriend is inept at social media. He doesn't know his P's and Q's when it comes to like what it means to like a story or to hit replies or whatever. So maybe he's just like, oh, well, this is my girlfriend's friend, so I'm going to interact with her, whatever. It is completely innocent, but because she is a frenemy toxic friend who likes to make things into something they aren't or make things about her, she's turned it into something that isn't actually legit.
Right. Yeah, because I've never had any reason to like doubt his faithfulness. Like he's amazing, and he has been. So I don't know. I'm just like, do I confront him? It probably is just this like social media ineptitude. I don't know. So, yeah, what should I do?
Claudia, if I was you, I would keep it to myself, because if she's really the frenemy that you're describing her to be, somebody who is kind of toxic, she's probably the type of person that likes to stir up drama in people's lives because she's really bored in hers. So for her to just come and give you all of these allegations with really no proof or anything to back it up, she knows that you're in your head. You're falling exactly into this girl's plan. You're in your head. You're calling up a radio station for advice, and then you're going to talk to your boyfriend this weekend and bring it up. And she knows it's going to cause turmoil, which when misery loves company, and she knows it's just going to cause trouble in your life. So if I'm you, I'm shutting up and I'm just going on with my happy self.
All right. So Claudia, if I were you, I am talking to my boyfriend, but it's not the conversation you think it's going to be. It's not about me being mad at him, calling him out for anything. I would have a conversation with my boyfriend to warn him about Karen. I would be like, hey, listen, I know social media is not your thing, and I just want to give you a heads up. So Karen hit me up, and she's trying to paint you like you're unfaithful because you've been liking her Instagram stories and you've been messaging her, and I know that's not the case. So if I were you, I probably wouldn't interact with her anymore on social media. She's a frenemy of mine, and she's going to turn things into something they're not and try to paint you as a bad guy. And I wanted you to be warned.
I agree. I would do the same exact thing. I would just go out of my way to make him aware of the fact that she's a friend of me, so that in the future, if there is something going on there, now he clearly understands, you know that. But as far as her being a friend of me and then not wanting to send you proof, that would keep me from approaching him in a hostile manner.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do it as accusatory, but I do think the dude needs to know that this woman over here is like plotting against him, right?
Yeah, but like, what is Karen gonna do? Like, call the manager on him? But like, what is
True?
Like, what could she possibly do if this guy is really faithful? Like, slide into his DMs and be like, hey, and he's just gonna be like, no, I love my girlfriend Claudia.
My thing is, if somebody's twisting my words and trying to make them out to what they're into something they're not, I want somebody to give me a heads up so I don't interact with that person anymore.
Right.
Okay.
All right, so you have two options there. Just don't say anything at all and try to distance yourself from Karen and her toxic friendship, or just give your boyfriend a warning of the type of person Karen is. And we would love to check back in with you on Monday and see how everything panned out, okay?
Okay, great, thanks.
The Bert Show.